Trip to is written by Catherine Follen, illustrated by Penny Weber. I never go to a trip to Rio, but 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 that's fine. And when go to a hotel at this Vietnam. Anyways, let's get started. Focus group then. How does Julia's attitude change during the story? Julia thought Brazil would feel just like home, but she was wrong. Rio de Janeiro was nothing like New York City. There actually seemed to be more people here. Julia's family squeezed through the crowd, inching through the Maracana Stadium. It's because of Olympics, Gabriela said. It's much quieter during your last visit, don't you remember? We are only 5, Julia said. The families finally got inside the stadium and located their seats. All around her, Julia heard different languages, Chinese, Spanish, and Russian. Julia's and Gabriela's parents spoke Portuguese so rapidly that she couldn't understand. She felt nervous and alone. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Rio de Janeiro is the second largest city in the country of Brazil. It is known for its food, music, beaches, and lively celebration. With a sudden rush of music, the opening ceremonies for the Olympic Games began. A Brazilian pop singer appeared, and Gabriela screamed with joy. Julia wanted to be excited too, but their seat was so far away that they could hardly see the performers. Cameras flashed from all sides. People screamed and blew horns. By the time the fireworks started, Julia had a headache. Julia had been waiting for this trip to Rio for months. It was a rare chance to see her cousin and other family members. Now all she wanted to do was return home. The next morning began quietly. Julia's family was staying in Gabriela's building, in the apartment next door. The owners had left Rio to avoid the Olympic Games. Julia understood why. From her high window, she watched traffic fill the highway. Suddenly, Gabriela burst into the apartment, followed by Chaz, her little brother. We're going to another Olympic event today, she said. The thought of going to another crowded and noisy place made Julia's head hurt again, but she smiled and got ready. The families walked beneath green trees through the shady streets of Gabriela's Mango neighborhood. The block ended at the park. Gabriela grabbed Julia's hand and dashed through an opening in the trees. They came out on a broad golden beach. Julia stopped and stared at the tall white buildings that lined the water. Steep dome-shaped mountains rose behind them. She didn't know a city should look so wild and beautiful. That's Sugarloaf Mountain, Gabriela said. The beach was full but relaxed. They found a spot to unpack a picnic. The white sails of an Olympic boat danced across the blue bay. Watching them, Julia realized her headache was gone. Rio's mountain. Rio is surrounded by a dome-shaped mountain. Sugarloaf is the steepest. Corcovado Mountain is the tallest. a 125 foot, 38.1 meter statue called Christ the Redeemer stands at the top. The next day, it was Julia who ran into Garbulera's apartment. We're going up Sugarloaf Mountain. They rode a cable car that hung high above the city. Garbulera closed her eyes and squeezed Julia tight, but Julia stared calmly out the window. Is Garbulera scared of heights? But the mountain was a gray stone tower. The forest behind it was lime green, and the bay stone tortoise blue. The city was white and peach and pink. They went to a big market. It has the sweetest, juiciest mangoes Julia ever tasted. This is what they are supposed to be like, her father said in Portuguese. He often spoke Julia and English to Julia in New York, but here, speaking Portuguese felt natural. They went to Olympic Pool to watch a swimming race. The loud, echoing walls made Julia flinch, but the crowd was small. Jazz kept shouting, "Go Brazil, go Brazil!" Brazil was not in this event, Garbulera finally said. "Oh," he said, then grinned at Julia. "Go America." Julia laughed. On their last day of Rio, Garbulera announced, "We're going to Grandma and Grandpa's to eat feijoada. Then we're going to an Olympic football game." Julia felt a cold rush. Rio had been so fun, except for that first night. She did not want to go back to Maracanã Stadium. Feijoada is the traditional bean stall with pork and spicy sausages. Considered the nation dish of Brazil. It cooks for many hours and is usually saved for a special family celebration. Grandma and Grandpa lived on a steep hill in the neighborhood of Santa Teresa. When Grandpa opened the door, everything was suddenly familiar. Julia remembers visiting this house before when she was 5. Grandma taught her to samba by letting her stand on his feet. They had laughed and laughed. The family sat down to Grandma's spicy, meaty feijoada. Julia sat between Garbulera's and Grandpa. "How do you like Rio?" Grandpa asked. "It's beautiful, and I have a wonderful time, but..." Julia paused, and Grandpa leaned close. "The opening ceremonies was too much. It was such a big crowd, so loud. I hear football games can be rowdy too. I'm scared." "Don't worry, my Julia," Grandpa said. "At football games, Brazilians are one big family." Julia clutched Garbulera's and Grandpa's hands as they entered the stadium. The crowd seemed even louder than before. When Brazil took a shot, everyone gasped. When the referee blew and whistled, everyone yelled. When Brazil went out the field, everyone cheered. Brazilian football or soccer is the national sport of Brazil. Brazilian players are among the best in the world. Brazil is also known for its passionate fans. They have many songs and chants to support their teams. The crowd feeling swept over Julius like a warm wave, caught up in the moment. She lifted her arms and cheered, too. It was exciting. It was wonderful. Then Brazil scored a goal. Julia had never heard so many people shout at once. She would never forget the roaring sound. Grandpa lifted Julia in the air. Together with the crowd, they joined in a traditional football chant. Eu sou Brasileiro. I am Brazilian. Connections. Writing. Imagine you're Julia and you're visiting Rio de Janeiro for the Olympic Games. Write a postcard home to your teacher. Tell about what you saw and what you did there. Social studies and art. Make a poster about Brazil, including a map and information about the country. Present your poster to your class. Goodbye everyone. See you later. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.